Pokey people, lovely to see you. So today we are opening box number 4 of SM8. Maybe Super Burst Impact, maybe Explosive Impact, call it whatever you like. It's the Lugia set, and we're gonna crack open a box right now. Yay, box number 4! So we don't need to get into any formalities with the box. We know what's going on at this point. We know what the box looks like. We know what the art on the box looks like. What we don't know is what the super rare card in this box is going to be. And as usual, I'm having trouble opening things. So, I still need the Lusamine Prism Star, and I need the Meganium Hollow. And besides that, I think we've pretty much got everything. The only thing at this point that I really am hoping for is an awesome full art Pokemon or a full art trainer. So let's just do a little shuffle, because why not? We're going to open the whole box in one go, but you know what? I like the shuffle. The shuffle seems to bring us some kind of luck. And we'll just do one more in there. It'd be really sad if one day doing this I actually ended up smushing a card somehow, but you know, I think we're safe. Alright, let's just put the whole big stack right here. Ooh, that's a little wobbly tower, a wobbly pack tower there. And let's jump right into it. Hooray! So, obviously, I'm filming on Thursday. This is going up on Friday. And you've probably noticed by now there was no video on Wednesday. I am sorry. I intended to come home and record after work that day, but ended up having a really bad day at work, which I will tell you about because it's kind of hilarious in retrospect. But I was just in too much of a stressed out, not very happy mood to sit down and record. So I went out with a coworker and vented and had some delicious food and some wine and was like, you know, I am not recording after having a couple glasses of wine. So what happened that was so terrible? Well, let me tell you. So one of the things you need to understand about my job, first off, is that I teach English to children, and they can be anywhere from the age of 2.5 by themselves, all the way up to teenagers in their last year of high school, so 18-year-olds. And this particular class is populated with mostly 3-year-olds, in quotation marks, because they'll write on the attendance sheet that they're 3 years old, but if you ask the child or the parent, they'll say oh, they're 2.5 or something. Typhlosion. So the age that I'm told often isn't accurate. The other thing you need to know is that I'm there by myself. In the case of these instances where we have really young children, there really should be a second teacher just for safety and as you'll understand in a moment, bathroom reasons. But nope, usually you're alone unless there is a major problem that's being reported about a class and it's requested, Jumpluff, that a second teacher be present at all times or for a certain amount of time. So basically what happens, I have this one class where one little boy, we'll just call him Yukun, he likes to cause trouble by just being kind of a whiny little brat, which sounds terrible as a children's teacher, but he legit is. He'll just come in right off the bat and find something to cry about. He's a sort of kid, hey, Professor Elm, who will go over and take a toy from another child, and then when that child retaliates or takes it back, he'll come running over to you crying, being like, they took something from me, they're so mean, and you're like, but you took it first, so who's the mean one? So he's a troublemaker, and there's another boy in the class who causes trouble and just runs around punching people. That's his thing. He likes to punch them in the stomach or just push them over. Either one works for him. Thankfully, he was absent. So I was thinking, alright, this isn't a bad day. I've got the crying, whiner, spoiled little boy, Yukun, and then I've got these 2 brothers. We'll just call them Mi-chan and Ko-kun. And then 2 adorable little girls who never cause any trouble whatsoever because they're adorable little girls. So the 2 brothers, the older of the 2, Ko-kun, was like, I need to go to the bathroom. And the first thing with this classroom is the bathroom's outside. So technically, I'm supposed to take everybody outside into this little tiny hallway to the bathroom if one kid needs to go so that they're all within my line of sight sort of thing, but not possible. The hallway's too tiny and I don't have enough pairs of slippers in the hallway to take them there. Long story. Anyways, Kokun goes off to the bathroom by himself, and being a 4-year-old Japanese boy, or maybe this is just something all 4-year-old children do, I don't know, he has to get naked. Yep, that's what children do. He takes his pants and underpants off, goes to the bathroom by himself though, because Kokun is the elder of his brothers, of the 2 brothers. And he comes back, and he's fine, and Sizor, he puts his pants and underwear on, well, underwear, then pants, of course, with no problems whatsoever, and he's fine to go back to teaching. So then Yukun is like, I also need to pee, because he needs to get the same level of attention that everyone else is getting, plus 10%. So he takes off his underwear and pants and goes to the bathroom, and I'm like, alright, fine, whatever. He's younger than Kokun, so, you know, fair enough. Maybe getting naked is just what you need to do at this age. I was never a 3-year-old boy. I don't know about these things. I've also clearly never had my own son, so I don't know what they do at that age. You know, I have seen far too many half-naked little boys, I will tell you that much, in my career. It's disturbing. Very disturbing. So Yukun comes back, and unlike Kokun, who left his pants and underpants by the door before going off to the bathroom, and then he came back to the door and put them back on, Yukun just leaps over his underpants and his pants and starts running around the classroom half butt naked, which I'm sure for you at home is hilarious. For me, not so hilarious, because I now have a half-naked little boy with all his little bits just bobbling about, running around the room, and I'm like, Yukun, I do not need to see that right now. I do not want to see it. I do not need to see it. Please put your underpants and your pants back on. He goes, yada. And yada in Japanese is like, no, I don't wanna. And I'm just like, oh my god, oh my god. You need to put your pants and underpants on. You cannot continue the class without them. Finally, we got Meganium. Hooray! Right in the middle of story time. Oh, perfect, perfect timing. Thank goodness we finally got Meganium. Oh, I was getting worried. Of all things, I would have to buy a single holo card. So, me and Yukun, we go back and forth with this, where I'm like, you need to put your underpants and your pants on. He's like, yada. And I'm like, why? Because, you know, I'm a sassy pants teacher sometimes, and I'm like, tell me why you can't wear your underpants and your pants. And he has no reason why. So I'm like, here, hand them to him. He throws them across the room. So now I'm getting angry, and I'm like, no, 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 you gotta put your underpants and your pants on. Do not throw your underpants. This is not okay. You are half naked. Don't throw your underpants around the classroom. And there's little girls present as well. Oh, that's our secret rare card. We're gonna put that down here. We'll come back to that at the end of story time, or the end of the box, whichever comes first. So, little Yukun's refusing to put his stuff on. Finally, he actually gives me a reason, and it's like, I can't put my underwear on because it's all guja, which is like, it's all jumbled up. And I'm like, well, that's because you keep crumpling it into a ball and throwing it. But I can be nice. I fixed his underwear for him, get it all nice, shake it out, hand it to him, he throws it and says, yada. And I'm like, okay, I can't deal with this anymore. This has gone on for like 10 minutes. So I have to call our company's head office, and I'm like, just so you know, Yukun is half naked and will not put his clothes back on, despite repeated attempts to help him put his clothes back on. He will not do it. So, I don't think his mom needs to come get him early, but just let her know that he's half naked, so that when she comes to pick him up, she'll understand why her child is half naked, and the other children are not naked in any way, shape, or form. And they're like, yep, cool, whatever. But as we're talking about this, he suddenly grabs his butt crack, like just sticks his hand right up in there and yells, Unchideru, which is like, poop is coming out. And I'm like, Lugia, get yourself to the bathroom immediately. Yes, you, Lugia, you get to the bathroom. And so Yukun runs off to the bathroom, clutching his butt crack, and I'm just like, absolute panic. I'm like, please, please, please do not let him poop into his hands, because I don't, like, once again, I'm here by myself. There's no second person. There's no cleaning staff. If he has a handful of poop and is putting poop everywhere, guess who has to clean up the poop? That's right, these hands here, they have to clean the poop up. So he goes into the bathroom, I finish up on the phone, and, you know, waiting like 5 minutes, Yukun hasn't come back yet. And I'm like, that's kind of odd, but a lot of kids in Japan, they don't have a high fiber diet, they get constipated. Ask me why I know this. I will explain another day why I know about this constipation thing being a regular problem for Japanese children. But I figure, whatever. Maybe he needs 5 full minutes, even though apparently the poop was like exploding out of him before he ran to the bathroom. I'm sorry, I hope nobody's eating during these videos. I just realized this got kind of gross. But don't worry, there was no actual poop explosion, spoiler alert. So another like couple minutes goes by and I'm just like, is he okay? And then I hear, Lusamine! Oh, this is perfect. This is going amazingly well. I'm so glad I didn't do this the day while I was angry, so I can tell you the story and enjoy these fantastic cards. Look at her. Oh, that is one of the most amazing prism stars I have ever seen. I am in love. Fantastic. Oh my goodness. So, I'm still trying to teach my lesson. The two brothers now, Kokun and Mikun, have decided to start running in circles or tackling each other to the ground and fighting each other. So I'm trying to stop the two of them from hurting each other. The two little girls are just sitting there like, Sensei, what shall we do next? Sensei, would you like me to sit on this line and wait for you? Shall I say some English words now, Sensei? And I'm just like, oh my god, you angels, I'm so sorry, this is all falling to pieces around you. And that's about the time we realize that Yukun is now wailing. So, of course, I step into the hallway and like, Yukun, are you okay? Goes completely silent, no response whatsoever. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess he's fine. Maybe he's really constipated and, you know, if you've ever been there, that could be quite painful. So I'm like, maybe that's all that's happening. Maybe he's just having a moment. He's having a movement and a moment. And so we go back teaching. As soon as I start teaching again, he starts wailing and screaming, Sensei, Oka-san. So I'm like, okay, he wants teacher, he wants his mom. So go back, check on him again. Still no answer. Now, that's an Ampharos. One of our other rules is that you shouldn't just like barge into a bathroom, obviously. That's not appropriate. If the child isn't requesting help, you don't open the bathroom door. Unless, like, you have good reason to believe there's an emergency happening. And if you do have to open the door or assist a child in the bathroom, you have to bring another child with you as a witness. Because that is a thing here. I know this sounds probably incredibly terrible, but it's basically so that if there's any misinterpretation, like say a child needs help putting their underpants on, and when you're giving them instructions, they misunderstood what you said, you have another pair of eyes and ears there that can be like, oh no, the teacher just said do this, and they didn't say do the other thing, the bad thing, whatever. So I'm trying not to have to bust the door down, but Yukun is wailing and crying for his mom and the teacher, and every time I go to check on him, he goes quiet. And as soon as I go back to teach, he starts wailing. So finally, try to push the door open. Thankfully, he hasn't locked it, but he's standing. Let's just use this card. Here's the door, here's the wall, and here is Yukun like this, pushing the door shut, because it's a door that opens inward. So he's like pushing the door shut so that I can't open to check on him. Thankfully, through the crack in the door, I can see that there's no poo anywhere, none to be seen whatsoever. I haven't heard a toilet flush, so we know that a bowel movement has not happened, and I don't have a poop mess to clean up, so thank goodness. Thank Arceus for that. But yeah, that was my day. He didn't come out until the very end of the lesson when he heard other students' moms arrive. And that's the point where he came out, put his underpants and his pants on all by himself, and then just sat on the floor sobbing until his mom came in. And I was like, woman, where have you been? And apparently, the icing on the cake to all of this is I get a report back from the head office being like, this is what happened when we called the mom. They were like, yeah, just letting you know your kid's half naked and that he won't put his clothes back on. And the mom's response, as recorded by my company's head office, was, so nante, ha 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 ha. I'm like, really? Really? They actually wrote the warao, the kanji for laugh in Japanese, on the feedback form. I'm just like, oh my goodness, so stressed. I thought for sure, like, this mom's gonna come in and see her kid half naked, he's all red-faced and swollen, snot pouring all over his face from all the wailing in the bathroom, and that I'm gonna get, like, fired. She's gonna think that I've been abusing her child or that I've locked him in the bathroom for half the class. Because he spent more than half the class in the bathroom wailing. So that was my day. That was a thing that happened. That happens sometimes. I think I might need to do these story times sometimes because you would not believe some of the things I have seen teaching children in Japan. I have seen, as I said, far too many half-naked children for my liking. Oh my goodness, and it's always kind of funny in retrospect telling other people the story, and right now I can laugh and smile about it because all's well that ends well. In the end, he put his clothes back on, his mom came to got him, he was comforted, mom's happy, he's gonna be okay, hopefully he's not traumatized from whatever he did to himself in there, and I'll be okay. I mean, I'm sharing with you guys, so I'll definitely be okay. We got a Professor Elm! But yeah, that happened. So obviously, that required a glass of wine or two yesterday, and I could not open a box of film for you guys. So, thank you to Yu-kun and the brothers, Kol-kun and Mi-kun, who never did stop wrestling and biting each other. That's such a weird thing. Is that a brother thing? I mean, I have a younger brother, but just one, and then a younger sister, and I don't remember us, like, running around in circles, tackling each other to the ground, and biting each other while, like, laughing and smiling about it. So, I don't know. Let me know if you are a dude who has a brother, Shuckle, and if that's a thing that you did when you were kids. And if you have children, please tell me, is this a normal thing? Like, it's not just boys. I've had girls do it too, but usually when the girls get half naked to go to the bathroom, it's because, like, they can't sit on the toilet without taking everything off. Like, their little legs just can't get up there. They need to, like, be free. Or it's a squatty potty, and if it's a squat toilet, well, obviously they need to take things off. They're gonna have their underpants, like, threaded between their ankles, and they're gonna be doing their business into that instead of the toilet. But, yeah. Is that just a thing? Do kids always get half naked to go to the bathroom? Did I get half naked to go to the bathroom when I was a child? I am so perplexed by this. I've been experiencing this for 11 years. Well, 11 and a half years of being an English teacher. 2 children. And I'm just baffled. I demand an explanation. Why do children, especially males, get half naked to go to the bathroom? I don't understand. I completely understand if they just want to get completely naked. I mean, it's a very freeing experience to be naked. You feel very relaxed. That's a beautiful nag and Adele. But I don't get it. I don't get it. It's also just kind of a thing in Japan because there is public bathing. Like, you can go to the bathhouse and everyone's naked there together. Usually it's segregated between males and females, but also, like, there's family bath time, so it's fairly normal for children to be naked in front of other people and adults. You'll see, like, half-naked, fully naked kids at the beach all the time, too. It's just a normal thing here. It's nothing to be ashamed of, and there's no, like, connotations to it. It's just, it's a body, and it needs to get clean, or it needs to jump in the water and enjoy a nice day at the beach. It's not a big deal. So that's part of the reason why the kids are like, ha ha ha, I'm half naked, who really cares? Like, it's not something they'd be ashamed or embarrassed of. But obviously me, as a female teacher, I'm like, I really don't need to be seeing this. Can you put your clothes on? I have, though, actually had to teach lessons before. Like, I had a little girl pee her pants. It was very cute and sad because she had coveralls and she didn't know how to take them off. So she just didn't make it in time, and she had to be half naked for the rest of the class, and it was just really cute, because she's just running around buck naked from the waist down, Sui-kun, and just happy as can be, singing the ABC song, doing the dances and things, playing games, and you'd never know she peed her pants if she wasn't half naked. It was adorable and sad, and just one of those things that happens when you teach children English. So if that's a thing you were thinking of doing in the future in Japan or any other country, just keep in mind you might see some half-naked children and have to clean up some pee pants. I've just realized we've gone through almost this entire box talking only about children and bathroom issues in Japan. This is the last pack. Oh my goodness. That's okay, we're gonna do a recap at the end. I hope you don't mind my venting slash story time. I actually considered, like, I have some nanoblock kits, or nanoblocks, however you want to say it, of Pokemon, and I was like, maybe I should, like, build one of those and do, like, a time lapse and then put story time over it and just be like, here's what happened while I was teaching. But, nope, this is what we did today. We talked about Yu-kun getting half naked and refusing to put his pants back on, and how that made my day hell yesterday. Sailor Blissey! Okay, well, now that we've gotten through the story time, it's time for this box's super rare card. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum. What do you think it's gonna be? Place your bets down below. Is it going to be another gold card? Is it going to be a full art Pokemon? Is it a full art trainer? I don't know, but we're going to find out in 3, 2, 1. Yes! Oh my god, it's amazing! Full art, look at, oh my god, look at that! I'm trying to be somewhat subdued because I have my window open because the weather's nice enough to do so and I don't want to freak out the neighbors by screaming, but oh my god. That is amazing. Look at that. Oh, just look at the texture and everything. There haven't been that many normal type full art Pokemon. Well, I guess GX Pokemon, since that's what becomes a full art. But my goodness, that is beautiful. Oh, it was worth all of the suffering and the stress yesterday to come home to this today. Oh my goodness, let's get in there nice and close. Glamour time. Look at him. Look at him. Oh my goodness. I don't have the right words to describe how fantastic this card is, but it is incredible in person. I hope the camera's catching it. I'm also like hoping it's in focus because I'm going back and forth between looking at the card, look at the camera, look at the card, look at the camera, look at the card. I don't know why I need to move my hands to do that, but that's the thing that I did. Ta-da! Full Art Lugia GX! Well, thank you very much for watching this video and for listening to my ridiculous workplace griping story time. I hope you at least had a laugh, if nothing else, and that you weren't eating, but thankfully there was no poo-splosion, so hooray! Let me know what you think if you would like to hear more funny stories, because boy have I got some which are maybe not appropriate because I've had some very awkward and weird circumstances, but I've had a lot of really funny and cute things too, so if you'd like to hear more stories about teaching, I'd be happy to share them. Also, thank you very much for sitting down and watching this whole very long video. I can see the time. I'm looking at it now, but you can't see it, but I can because it's on my camera screen right here, and it's over 20 minutes. Oh boy, it's a long video. But I hope that makes up for no Wednesday video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again very, 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 very soon with a new video sometime, maybe Monday. I don't know. I'm not really good at planning these things, but I'm doing my best. Love you guys. Appreciate you. I hope that you don't see any half-naked people that you didn't want to see grabbing their butt cracks and doing weird shit, but hey, it was a thing and it happened, and I feel better now. And I hope you feel better too. I'm sorry if I traumatized you. Love you and appreciate you. Hope to see you again in the next one. Bye-bye!